Hi, Dennis Wee, Siegel Communications. Welcome to our town. We're in Great Plains Theater looking in empty seats. We're with Margaret Clare, the Executive Director, and you have a season announcement to make.
We are opening our season ticket sales starting today. This is November 1st. You might see this a little bit later. We are actually opening it with a Facebook Live event in just another hour for the very first patron to walk in the door and purchase a season ticket.
Oh my. You hear that, Dave? Maybe we could be the first patron to walk in the door and buy a season ticket.
I hope so.
Dual publicity.
So we have an exciting season. Okay. This is our 2019-2020 season. As you probably know, we do have one more show in this 2018 season coming up in November 30th, Not Another Christmas Letter, the musical. But next season, starting with our summer, June, we have something for everyone.
Okay.
Couple new points. We are moving to a six show season next year. Okay. We're going to continue with our After Dark Reader series. Okay. We have had some requests for family fare for the After Dark, so I'm always looking out for the kids, as you know. After Dark is that series of things we do Readers Theater. Yeah, we do Readers Theater. It's become very popular. We do about one a month. So that will be carrying into 2019. But anyway, let me start with June. Okay. So that's our big time. We have 3 musicals in the summer. Oh boy. Pirates of Penzance, an audience favorite for now 150 years, Gilbert and Sullivan. Okay. It's swashbuckling, it's pirates, and it's fun. Maidens and pirates and lots of great music. Can't go wrong with that, right? Sword play and nonsense. So that's in June. Then a new show in July called Disaster, and that is a jukebox musical, so that's a whole lot of 70s and 80s hits. I think Hooked on a Feeling's in there, Knock on Wood, Sky High, I Am Woman. So all of these songs from the 70s and 80s. It is a spoof, an homage to the disaster movies, like Poseidon Adventure and the Towering Inferno. Well, so it's called Disaster, and it will be a fun disaster on our stage in July. All right. Then we have Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And that is going to be our kids program show. So that will be our boot camp. We'll have a Joseph boot camp like we had a Shrek boot camp last year. So we will feed the kids on into that. It still is in our professional season. It's going to be our big show with lots of dancing, lots of people, and involved in that. And Randy does something that he started doing. In fact, it was the first show he and I did together after we met. And I was the narrator and Joseph, and he was directing that. He spoofs 14 different Broadway choreographers in the show. So it's a great learning tool, which is why we're going to feed the kids into this. So he spoofs Tommy Tune and Agnes DeMille and Bob Fosse. So all these different iconic Broadway choreographers, they will each get kind of a number in the show, and it's a great teaching tool so the kids learn all these different styles of show dance. So that's Joseph, and that's family fare. Then we have something completely new and very, very exciting, and that is Empire's Fall. And that is the play by our very own Marlin Fitzwater. And that's pretty exciting. Randy's working with Marlin to do some rewrites. It has had some workshop at the Ford Theater in Washington, D.C., and that will premiere in October. We're very excited about that. So are a lot of people in Abilene. Marlin is a great guy. He will be here for it. So we're reworking it. It is really the tale of the kind of jockeying, the chess game, if you will, between Gorbachev and Bush Sr. Right. In their attempts to find some common ground and to try to diffuse the Cold War. So we're very excited about that, and that's a drama. Then we are in our 25th season. Which is a big thing all in of itself. It is a big thing in itself. So we are doing our big 25th year anniversary gala in December, and that's 25 years of making magic. So that is going to be a look back to all the music and all of the shows that we've done in a medley review. So this is something this is a show. It is our winter show. It will be our December gala show. And it is going to be an original review that we are putting together. we'll have 6 performers with a live band, and then we are looking back at all the shows over the last 25 years that GPT has done, with a little peek into the future of shows that we'd like to do in the future. So it's going to be a wonderful musical event, and just I think a great way, hopefully, to celebrate the 25 years that GPT has been here and supported in Abilene.
What are the chances we'll see some previous people that appeared in those shows?
We will see. So there are some chances that we'll see some previous. What we'd like to do is without giving too much away, we're going to have some cameos. So we'll be pulling in people every night. There might be a different person to come in and visit with us.
That sounds really fun.
That's going to be really fun. Yeah. We're looking forward to that. That'll be a fun time. And then to end the season, we're going into the spring, and this will be another play. So we're doing 3 musicals, our big Gala musical review, and then 2 plays, 2 dramas. And this is called Alabama Story. It's by Kenneth Jones. And this is based on a true story of a librarian in Alabama who took a list of library books, put them in the Alabama library, and this woman happened to be from Indiana. And she had a children's book that was called The Rabbit's Wedding. And because it was black and white, there was a black rabbit and a white rabbit, so you could tell the difference. Well, there was a segregationist senator in the 50s in Alabama who took exception to this, to the point that they passed legislation that the librarians had to be born in Alabama, because Alabama knew what Alabama wants to read and these Indianans do not. And so it's a play version of this story.
What year?
The event took place in 1959, I believe. In Alabama. So it's kind of, we call it Mockingbird Light. It's a little bit like To Kill a Mockingbird. It is it's kind of just a love story of the South. At the same time, it's really highlighting those difficulties that were part of the South's history, and so it's not super heavy, but it does have a moral to the story. Let's put it that way.
Reminds us.
Reminds us.
Gives us another chance to think again.
Thank you. Yes.
So very appropriate. Dwight David Eisenhower, the president who signed civil rights legislation, the president who sent the 101st Airborne to escort 9 children into Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. Hometown. Great opportunity to remind us that civil rights had a start. And it has an impact today.
Well said.
Okay, couple of things.
Yes.
Joseph and the amazing Technicolor
Dreamcoat.
So the story of Joseph and the multicolored coat's pretty cool anyway. What I want to draw out for this Our Town program is how you have organized one of these every year to integrate the youth program into the main stage. And I've said it many times, what a wonderful opportunity it is. But there's somebody who hasn't heard that story. So let's tell them how that works.
Yep. So what we do is we have, a full academy. So we have education programs going all year round. We are heavy with summer camps for all ages in the summer. We have our Playhouse Camp, 4- and 5-year-olds. We have Footlights, which is the elementary. And then we have what we're calling the boot camp. And so that is a path into our professional show. So what happens is kids sign up for the camp, and they rehearse 2 weeks learning all the things that the professional singers and actors and dancers are going to be doing on stage. And then after their 2 weeks of kind of prep boot camp, where they're building skills as well as learning the specific choreography and music, they feed into the rehearsals that we have for the professionals. And I will tell you, last year during Shrek, the professionals were extremely impressed with the kids coming in knowing all their stuff. So it was a very smooth transition, and it was a real delight for both sides, for the professional seasoned actors and our kids. So it was just a fun time. And that's really what we want, fun learning. That's always my mantra, fun learning. So they do their 2 weeks, they come into rehearsals for 12 days with the professionals, and then they do the entire performance integrated into the show, into Joseph.
So in a previous life, I integrated young people into professional side-by-side work and play as well, as a horse trainer, right? So I have a complete appreciation of when I watch these shows and see young person professional, and most of them young person professional, because we put a lot of kids on stage. I have a complete 100% appreciation for the achievement that is to take a young person in high school or middle school,
elementary,
and
even.
elementary in our case, put them on a stage with pros and expect and get the performances we do, which are on par with the pros. That is an incredible task to do. And Great Plains Theater does it over and over and over every year. And it's amazing, Abilene. If there's one thing for you to come see, that you never came to this building, never thought about coming, you should see this. If you care about anything, about performance, about kids, about the community, you need to come see the greatness that will happen when Abilene kids hit that stage.
That's right. We believe in them. And so we believe in them, and they want to go there with you.
Yeah.
And so all you got to do is sort of set them on the path and hold their hand a little bit and travel that path with them, and they get there.
Yeah. Such a great lesson for the community, really. You do this is your passion, this is your work, this is your life on that stage, and this is what you do. Well, there are other people who do other things with young people in our community, whether it's a school or anything else. You know, expectations, managing expectations. We've come to think managing expectations means, okay, in the political season, managing expectations in the modern language means push them down.
No,
well,
kids
that's not what
excellent.
happens here.
Yeah, they want to be excellent.
That's not what happens
here. And so
here.
you help them get to be excellent. That builds their confidence.
Yeah.
They want it.
Yeah. You're managing that expectation up for these young people. That if they want to do it, they put in the work to do it, they will do it.
And I do want to give a shout out to any kids, parents who are out there who haven't come through our door to please check us out. We turn no one away, and there are more kids out there who would find a home in this place, whether it's in front of the stage, on stage, or behind stage. Any aspect of this theater, whether it's comedy, improv.
Building the set.
Anything, yeah. We have a place for a lot of kids who don't find their place somewhere else. Yeah. And so you're out there, come on down and see us.
Yep. And my personal plug is, again, this is the highest level of achievement program in Dickinson County, bar none. And those of you who disagree with me, find me on the street and we'll have the discussion. But
I'll back you
this is taking any comer, not sorting them through and taking the best 5 or the best 6 or the best 11. That's all sports references.
Okay,
so
the best.
Right?
Okay, no, I didn't get it.
Okay, so anyway, you take all comers.
Right.
And when this show comes off, the people sitting in the stage will just say it's a little person. They won't think that is a non-pro. They'll think that's a little person.
They're not
up there
watching
who's
anything below
knocking
par.
that ball out of the park night after night. 9 performances they'll get up there. Not one at bat. Not a free throw in the third quarter. 9 performances with pros, with seats full of people.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It
Just
is
so
cool.
cool.
We
All right.
think so.
Okay, the other one I want you to talk about is Marlin Fitzwater's play. Let's tell people who Marlin Fitzwater is a little bit more. Marlin
Fitzwater, who his sister lives in Abilene still, and he does have a wonderful monument up in the cemetery there waiting. He does no longer live in Abilene, but he was press secretary to 2 presidents.
Right.
In fact, he was the only press secretary across 2 presidents. I think he was assistant press secretary to Reagan and Bush, Presidents Reagan and Bush. He's written many things. This play is one of them. Since he wrote this play a few years ago, he's written 3 books, so he's a very, very active writer, a gentleman, a really just fantastic guy. And one day we just walked out from work and he was standing out there and he said, "Do you guys work here?" And we said, "Yes." And we said, "You're famous, aren't you?" And he said, "Well, kind of, yeah, I'm Marlin Fitzwater." And he said, "Do you ever take new work?" And we said, "Yeah, we do." So that started the ball rolling, and Randy's got a lot of history with writing new work and helping to develop new work. And so Marlin said, "Well, I'm not sure I want to put the effort into doing it." Randy said, "I'll help you do it." He said, "Okay." Yeah. So he's been just fantastic. And so Randy and he are just kind of refining the play that he wrote a few years ago. And as I said, about that era, Gorbachev and President Bush trying to negotiate world peace, essentially. And it's a play for 6 players. The 2 main ones being obviously Gorbachev and Bush, and Boris Yeltsin's in there a little bit. And so it is a drama, but it's very well written, and we're very excited about presenting that to the population of Abilene, and very proud.
There's a ladder leaning over our favorite saying up there, Dave, so you get to decide. But the punchline up is there, don't be afraid to try new things. From A.E. Duckwall in 1934 on the wall still. That is there because that has been the mission statement of why Great Plains Theater is in this building. Don't be afraid to try some new things. So what a great opportunity here with Marlin Fitzwater's work.
Yes.
Who is a significant person on the world stage. Another person from Abilene, Kansas.
Right.
Significant person on the world stage.
Right.
Who has done something that we can put on the main stage at Great Plains Theater.
Absolutely.
And that should be a great thing for people who are interested in history, interested in local people who've done great things. Whatever works for you, it's going to be here.
Yeah, it will be a great event, and we'll do a lot of celebration around it, and we'll be very honored to have him here.
So 6 plays, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of volunteers needed.
Volunteers always welcome and needed, yes.
A lot of donations needed.
Well, you know, we have kind of an internal saying, we say, together we are more. And that's one of the things we did to pull us together internally in the theater. It also encompasses our volunteers, it encompasses our kids, it encompasses our patrons, and it encompasses all of Dickinson County, is that this is the only entertainment, essentially, in Abilene. We're the only cinema, we're the only live professional theater, we're the only live theater, really, besides what the schools do. So this is our theater, and we're trying to present something for everyone. Everyone's not going to like everything,
sure,
but we are trying to be wide enough that we have something for everyone. So, because this is our regional theater, you come here and this is your place. This should be your creative place, your place to sit in these seats and be transformed by what you hear, be entertained.
You just gave me the segue. Not everybody's going to like everything. I used to agree with that about theater until I came to everything.
Aha!
Right? I just kept coming, right? Whether I thought I'd like it or not, I just kept coming and never walked out not liking it, some portion of it, or all of it, or loved it to pieces, but I liked everything. It's the, if nothing else, the reflection of talent from the stage, the reflection of effort from the stage. It's worth being a part of. I'm
so glad you said that, because there is nothing really like live theater. When you sit in a seat and there's a live body there delivering this message, delivering this idea, or presenting this character, and you just get drawn in by it. Agreed. Like you said, you know, you've never walked away not liking some part of it. And that's the magic of it.
Okay, Margaret, we've used all of our time.
Okay.
It's been great fun to hear about next season, but it's going to be even more fun to come see it.
Yes.
So give them your phone number.
We are Great Plains Theater here at 215 North Campbell. That is a new address, but same building. So if you see that address, don't think we've moved. We're still in the same building. And our phone number is 475-263-4574. We can also be found online, greatplainstheater.com.
Come and see a show. We'll be excited to share it with you, won't we?
We will, sure will. Come and see us.
Have a great day.